Hello everyone, after making some gym videos, I am back with my coding videos. So I just suddenly thought about to make a data structure playlist. Now I am making a sorting playlist, and the first video, this video is in the algorithm, about the algorithm of the bubble sort. And also I have make a website that is algorithm visualizer, where you can visualize the sorting algorithms and searching algorithms. So the sorting algorithms, you can visualize it by the website. I will give the website link in the description, and I'll also show the website visualization in this video. So the visualization obviously make you easy to understand the sorting. So it is bubble sort. Okay, it is a array given to you. You need to sort it in the ascending order, means 1 2 4 1 2 3 4 5 9. It will be the result. So how to sort? So in the sorting, there are some algorithms which are bubble sort. Bubble sort is the most beginner friendly algorithm, but the time complexity is bit more. Okay, so in the bubble sort, time complexity is O of n square. Okay, time complexity is O of n square because of the two nested for loops. And what is bubble sort? It has the counter of n minus 1. Here n is what? N means the length of the array. What is the length of the array here? 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 is the length of array. Means the outer for loop will execute the n minus 1 time. Means here the outer for loop will execute n minus 1 5 times. 6 here is the length is 6, then 6 minus 1 5 times. Okay, so what is the main bubble sort? In each counter we will check, we'll compare the two elements. In this kind of formation, we'll go from start to end. Here we need to sort it in the ascending order. So in the first counter, we are in the first counter. So now we will compare 1 and 3. If 3 is less than 1, then it will swap, because we need to do it in the ascending order. But it is already in ascending order. 3 is greater than 1, so it will not swap. Now my pointer is on 3. Now we are comparing 3 and 2. If this element is greater than 2, greater than this, then it will swap. Here 3 is greater than 2, so it will swap. Now our array is like this, 5 and 4. So now it will compare 3 and 9. If 3 is greater than 9, then it will swap. But 9 is already greater than 3, so it will not swap. Then we comparing 9 and 5. If 9 is greater than 5, then 9 will swap. Yes, 9 is greater than 5. So our swapping element is array is this. Now we are comparing these two. We are at the end of the array, these two. So yes, 9 is greater than 4. So 9 will swap, and 9 will take place at the 4. So 1 2 3 5 4 9. And it is not the result. You can see we are at the counter first. In the beginning, I am already told that the counter will execute, the outer for loop will execute n minus 1 time, 5 times. So this whole process will execute 5 times in a row. What is in the in this first counter, we get this result 1 2 3 5 4 9. In the second counter, we need to just observe that what we will get, what we are getting after the first counter, what we are getting, the largest element at the end of the array. So we got the largest element at the end of the array, that is 9. So we are now at the counter 2. In the counter 2, we will get the largest element in this length at this position. Then at counter 3, we'll get the largest element in this at this position. Then at counter 4, the largest element we'll get at this position. Then we'll get the largest element in this position. So the the outer for loop is executing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times means n minus 1 times. That is bubble sort. And the time complexity of bubble sort is O of n square. For move onto the coding part, I am just showing you one thing. This is my website. I have made this website. This is the algorithm visualizer. I will provide the link in the description. So you can just reduce the value of the array, just greater the value of the array. Here are sorting algorithms, many sorting algorithms. Here are many sorting algorithms, and here are searching algorithms. Okay, so we just need the bubble sort. Okay, so the length of the array is 100. So the outer loop will execute 99 times, and the swapping things will execute every counter. In every counter, the swapping thing will execute, and in every counter, we will get the greatest element at the end of that length. At the end of that length, we are executing. So, what is this? This is bubble sort, and if we click at the bubble sort, you can see that in every counter the biggest element, the largest element is storing in the last and swapping in this, and every counter it is swapping. In this way it is going. One more time, you can see that the largest element in this length, the length is reduced in every counter, and in the reduced length, in every counter the largest element is storing at the last of the array. So it is the bubble sort. So let's move on to the coding, and I will ascending it. I will make the array in the ascending order, sorting the array in the ascending order. So what is the length of the array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here the length of the array is 7. 4, 5, 6, 7. So the outer loop, so the outer loop, will execute 7 minus 1 times, means 6 times. Just understand, I am just hard coding it here 6, but in the real code where you will use the user input, there you should take the n, means n the length of the user input, and here will be n minus 1. Okay, so here it is 6. The outer loop will execute 6 times in an array, and in every array the inner loop will compare every two element until it reaches the last element of the array. Okay, so for I'm just the key. I am just now I need to just compare the every two elements until we reaches the end of that length of the array in that counter. So what we'll do, for what we will do, it is obviously it is starting, always it is starting from 0. It is always starting from the 0th element. It is always starting from the 0th element, but you can see that the length of the array, of the executing array, is decreasing every time. In every counter it is decreasing by 1. Means if we are in the 0th counter, the I value is 0, then we need to execute it 1 2 3 4 5 5 times we need to execute it. Means n minus 1 minus I. Okay, so you can see that if the value is 1, then we already got the largest value in the first counter. Then we need to execute this length. So we need to execute n minus 1 minus I, means minus 1, means n minus 2 less than n minus 2, less than n minus 2, means n is 6, 6 minus 1 5, 5 minus 1 4, so 0 1 2 3 and 4 times. Okay, so in every counter it is decreasing by 1, so you need to apply this in the inner array. So now what I should do means j less than, means j less than n minus 1 minus I, because I is variable 1 from which we are controlling the inner loop. It is decreasing by 1 every time because I is increasing by 1 every time. That from that I we are decreasing the array every time in every step by 1. So j plus plus, what we are doing, we are just doing the swapping in every two elements. In every two elements we are just swapping. You can use any swap by taking the third variable, by not taking the third variable. I always use the swap by the XOR operators, and that is most the easy thing we can use. That is array of I equals to array of I XOR of array of I plus 1 array of, sorry, we just obviously we just need to check the condition. If what we are doing, sorry, we need to, obviously we at first we need to check the condition. If array of j, we are doing it in the ascending order, so if array of j plus 1 is lesser than array of j, then we will swap array of j. If array of j is here, array of j plus 1 is behind, sorry, array of j is behind array of j plus in 1 is ahead of j plus array of j. So if j plus 1 is lesser than j, then it will swap because we need the greatest element. Okay, so if array of j is lesser than array of j plus 1, sorry, array of j plus 1 is, if greater than, if the behind one is greater, then we need to take it to the ahead, take it to the j plus 1. So what we will do, now we were swapping the j plus 1 and jth element. So array of j and array of j XOR operator, we are using the XOR operator and j plus 1. Okay, so the XOR swapping is the most easiest swapping, I guess. You just need to change it here, j plus 1. Okay, so we have swapped this, and now we are checking by printing the elements by n. Okay, so plus an array in error in this line because I have not declared the size of the array. Obviously we need to declare the size of the array, whether where we are putting the elements, and I am getting the error in this element because here is nothing n like that. Here n is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, here n is 7, so I am hard coding it by 7, and it is obviously 7. I'm just recapping it once again. Here we are initializing a code, then we are implementing the main bubble sort. The outer loop is the count part, that is it will execute n minus 1 time. Here it is, the length of the array is 7, so the outer loop will execute 7 minus 1 6 times, and the inner loop every time in the outer loop there is an inner loop. The inner loop, what the inner loop is finding? The inner loop is finding in that length what we are considering the biggest element we are storing at the last of the array. Okay, so how we are doing that? By swapping. Here we need to do the ascending order swapping. So if the element at the jth position, and if the element at the jth plus 1, if the element at the jth position is bigger, then we need to go ahead. So we are swapping the jth element in the place of the j plus 1. So we are swapping it in this kind of nature. And the length of the inner array is obviously decreasing by 1 in every count, because the greatest element in that length, in that count, we are getting the greatest element in every count at the end. So that end part is decreasing because we are already gotten the largest element. So we are storing in this position, in this kind that sorry this kind that at the first count we are getting the largest element in that array. At the second count we are getting the largest element. At the third count we are getting the largest element. As this, in this nature we will get the sorted array, and it is the bubble sort. So thank you for watching, and if you get any error or in any confusion, you can just put a comment. I will obviously review it and I will give you a solution. Stay tuned. I will give the many algorithms of the sorting, many algorithms of the data structure. So stay tuned, stay alert. Have a good day.